Hello everyone, welcome back to more of The Sims 4. This is episode 46 and we are back in the Millard household for this episode. And Daniel's just woken up. Oh, and lots of people have just gotten married. And someone died, which isn't as exciting news. Daniel's eating cake at 2 AM, which is fair. And I have done a fair few times myself, especially on a Friday night like it is. Oh, I forgot he bought these paintings at the flea marketplace. So while you're up, you might as well do your homework since I forgot to get you to do it. But yeah, we are joining these guys again for this episode. It's Daniel's birthday tomorrow, so he becomes a young adult tomorrow, which is very exciting. So that'll be happening in this episode. Also, sadly, I think this may be Rocco's last episode. I think we may be losing him in this one. If he dies on his son's birthday, I swear, Sims, that's just cruel. So please do not have that be the case. I know he doesn't have long, but we're just going to have to see. But right now, Willem and Rocco are sound asleep, having no idea their son's probably wide awake. I say doing homework. He may also be doing research trying to track down Kai Lockwood, the mysterious vampire, who Vlad, like head honcho vampire, kind of sent him on a quest to track down. So he's recently arrived in the area, this vampire. And since Daniel's kind of keen to learn more about the vampire lifestyle, the supernatural life, he's kind of suddenly developed an interest in that. He's very keen to find Kai. No luck as of yet. But since he knows that Kai is an ancient vampire, has probably been around for a long time, he's kind of gotten the idea to maybe visit a library somewhere local where he can do a bit more research, see if he can find any references to Kai, any photos of someone called Kai Lockwood in the past, and he can assume that they'll look the same way today since they're an immortal vampire. So that's going to be like his first lead to see if he can kind of track him down. And we also had Willow in the last time we saw her properly. She aged up into an elder, so yeah, Daniel's kind of realising his parents are getting on a bit now, and Willow has joined him at 3:30 in the morning to also eat cake, so absolute mood from these two for sure. Just as Daniel finishes his homework, so yeah, he's like quickly put it away, and, oh yeah, I'm definitely doing homework, Mum, don't worry about that, definitely not research for anything. Whereas Rocco's still just sound asleep over there, which is quite funny. Daniel's social is very low. Talking to Willow will help, but also maybe we should have him also give Bentley a call when it's a decent hour of the day, because those two became an official couple in the last episode with Daniel in it. So maybe there could be time to focus on them a bit. I'm not really sure. It is going to be a case of what's going on with Rocco, really. More babies being born, my goodness. Lots of deaths, lots of births. I did realise I'd forgot to turn on aging for Sims that I'm not playing as. So like the Sims in the world around us were staying the same age while these guys were aging. So I turned that off and then suddenly just everyone started dying. It's kind of morbid really, but it helps make the world feel a bit more real if more and more newer people will inhabit it. So yes, I'm excited to see some new inhabitants and everything turn up. Because when we wrap up this series and I continue with my next one that I've got planned, it is going to be set in this same world. So, you know, it does mean there's a chance that some familiar faces may pop up every now and again, which is pretty fun. Oh, he wants to talk with his dad. You can do that when Rocco gets up, that's fine. Willow is going to view a gnome. There you go. We could also get Willow to do some more writing in this episode to see if she can write some bestsellers, because that's the last thing she needs to do, write 3 of them. Then I think she's completely done her best-selling author thing, because she absolutely smashed through her latest round of goals for that earlier on in a previous episode. But for now, I guess just clean all this up. Daniel's playing some games, yeah, having fun with like FIFA, whatever that is, the Sims version of it. Since these guys, for some reason, just aren't tired, like, very well rested. Oh, you've just put it over there again, haven't you? This is not cleaning up, guys. Why is putting that there? Thank you. Daniel, you're just going to put it on the other side. That's not cleaning up. What are you doing? But since you're up and your knees aren't too bad, we might as well see if we can get you on the writing kind of lark. And and write a science fiction book. Aliens Don't Need Sunglasses. You've already given me that title. Aliens Don't Need Sunglasses 2. Electric Boogaloo. Okay, Rocco's awake and he's immediately feeling flirty. He's still actually mourning Jay, I think, which is sad. He wants to kiss Willow and chat with Willow. Well, you can definitely chat with her right now while she's working on the book. It's also night on the town today. A new kind of tradition here. You can't probably see it because now where I am in the top left corner is fixed in place. I can't move it around. But it is night on the town. You might just be able to catch a glimpse of it. 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. But Rocco doesn't actually celebrate that. Neither does Willow, because elders don't celebrate night on the town. But Daniel does, so maybe we could have him and Bentley go out for dinner later. That'd be a good excuse for them to have like a first proper date, since it's going to be free food and drink for them. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, we've got a little bit of a bar left for him. It's not glowing yet, which means we probably still have a few more days with him, which is good. He's lived 147 days, though, which is quite something. Unexpected addition to the family, obviously, was old Rocco here. Obviously, it wasn't the sim that I made, but he just so happened to invite Leo over for a play date when they were kids at school, and Leo brought Willow along, and from there they kind of became quite close, and obviously became a bit of a thing, and had Daniel. So a cool addition, I would say, to our little roster of sims. It's been around for a long time now. Him and Willow have always been very, very solid, which I love. And the computer's broken, so that's fun. But it gives you a chance, doesn't it, sir, to repair-io it. A bit of showing off of the magic while you still can, I think, is in order here. This was another unexpected kind of venture that he ended up going down, becoming a spellcaster to inspire Willow. And, oh, she's sitting like, wow, that's amazing. Certainly inspired, because she wrote 4 very successful books because of it. And originally, you know, I planned that story for Willow to become like a spellcaster, but aliens aren't allowed to be spellcasters, which is annoying. So Rocco kind of did it instead to help his wife. And since she has been made inspired by Rocco's bit of magic there, she can carry on with the book, and hopefully it will help make it a bestseller. That would be grand. Okay, she's finished writing it. I don't think it said it was a bestseller. I feel like it's told me when it was before. Oh, cake's gone off, so I need to do that. So send it to a publisher. You never know, maybe it will become a bestseller. I'm not quite sure how that works. Okay, now this is broken, so you can repair that and then scrub the puddle. Boom. And boom. Wonderful. Aww, he's still really sad. It is kind of nice in a way that losing his father-in-law's like really affected him in such a way. Okay, hopefully you don't get too bored too quickly, Willow, because I do want you to... Oh, you can write a motivational book because you're feeling inspired. Do that, that's something a bit different, isn't it? Mind over... bracket alien matter. I'm sure they're talking through like ideas for the book. Rocco's just giving suggestions, just hanging out, trying to be helpful, since he doesn't have much else to do these days. But I think these two have often been like a source of inspiration for each other, which is very, very sweet. Stella, Daniel can surely enjoy the weekend knowing he's one of the top students at Buckingham High. Perhaps he could make some time for extra credit assignments just in case. Amazing. Bentley would like to come over and hang out, would he? What crazy timing as soon as you get home from school. Well, funnily enough, we're actually going to go out anyway because you two are going to be out in the town. Apparently you've had... Oh, he's embarrassed because he dropped a tray in front of everyone in the cafeteria. That is kind of embarrassing. But you know what will make you feel better? A night out in the town with your boyfriend. So there we go. I'm going to be very jealous because we're not allowed to do this currently. Go out in the town and go to bars and stuff. So this should be fun. Order a drink for group. What should we get? A plasma Jane. Sounds a bit like a vampire drink, doesn't it? I mean, you're still very young, aren't you? Let's just get a sweet and spicy. Let's not go too crazy. But it will give you the night out in the town achievement because it's for free. So why the hell not? Okay, so they've had a drink at the bar and got the achievement. And then while they've been sat together talking, he's then phoned him and said, hey, do you want to go on the date to the Solar Flare Lounge? So I guess they're just going to go on a proper official date, which is good. Bentley's like, you know what? I want to make this even more romantic, so let's make it an official proper date somewhere. So that shows that he's very keen for them to continue a proper relationship. And now they're taking a romantic selfie. You look like you're having a good time, Daniel. I think he is. Okay, so they've had a very long chat, and we've learned that Bentley's a geek, a goofball, and a perfectionist. So they seem actually to be quite similar, so a very good match. And yeah, they're just enjoying each other's company. He's probably inviting him round to his birthday party as well, the very next day. But yeah, they've actually been here for a fair few hours at this point, so quite the night on the town. And now, oh, he's giving the musician some money, which is very generous. And yeah, they're just kind of expressing their sentiments about how happy they are to have given this a go. And actually, I think that on the left there, I think that's the promise ring that Daniel gave him at the Romance Festival, which I didn't actually program for him to keep on, but the game has chosen him to keep it on, which is very, very wholesome. But yeah, these two have had a very nice day. As you can see, Daniel's kind of glowing pink because of how flirty he is. So definitely the spark's still very much there with these two. I can't see that stopping anytime soon. So they're going strong. Well, that was a nice time. I'll call you maybe. I don't think there's any maybe about it, sir. But yeah, good successful date for them. Also complete the night out in the town thing. Oh, there's a guy dressed as Boba Fett. That's fun. But it's getting very late, so he needs to head home. But yeah, he had a very good time. And a first official date for those two, I think, as well. That seems to have gone quite well. So happy with that. Oh my god, really? Really? Daniel just casually like walking past that as his dad gets abducted by aliens. It's always the way. What is it with these guys? I guess the overlords just want all the information they can get out of everyone. But I'd rather they didn't. I'd rather they stop. But there you go. Anyway, they're all in bed now. Well, I say that. Rocco's literally just got up again. But if you don't mind. And Night on the Town was successful for Daniel. So excellent stuff there. And now it's the weekend, which is kind of the perfect time for it to be Daniel's birthday and everything. So Rocco Mal's long life is coming to an end. This would be a good time to get his affairs in order. No. No. Say it ain't so. Sadly, it is true, though. I think maybe what we should do is actually have Rocco get in contact with his sisters. Do you remember he has, like, Raina and Malaya? They did briefly kind of have a bit more contact. They do keep in touch. They drifted apart a bit, but not entirely. I think they should be adults at this point. But like I mentioned earlier, with the whole people we don't play as not aging at the same time, and they've been stuck as young adults for God knows how long. So I probably should age those two up. But I think maybe tomorrow, since it's the weekend, he'll call them up. Maybe he'll invite them to Daniel's birthday party. That'd be a good way of like contacting them again. Okay, so it's 6 a.m. on the morning of Daniel's birthday. So let's get ready. And Willow's going to cook a cake for him. Meanwhile, birthday boy's... Is that trolling the forums? Or he's just on an online chat? Probably in like Reddit or something, being like, so, anyone heard of Kyle Lockwood? Kind of looking for him, let me know. And we'll see if that kind of helps. If not, then something else will happen. Rocco seems to be dreaming of kids. I'm sorry, buddy. I have some bad news for you, but you're not having any more. Oh my god, look what's in... Oh, look what's in Rocco's pocket. It's the picture of those two on their wedding day. That's very wholesome. I've just realised... Does this happen when a sim gets older? I've just realised Clooney's not here. Clooney hasn't like popped up. There we go. That worked. He normally appears automatically, but for some reason he didn't in this episode. But there he is. Faithful companion Clooney. He's been around for a long time, ever since Rocco got into spellcasting and bound familiar to him. But yeah, let's start getting people over, I would say. So Rocco's actually going to invite his sisters over for the party. Willow, you can invite Leo and Charlotte and Tara. And Daniel, you can invite Bentley. We're going to have quite a full house, I think. Lots of people. And already people have turned up. So there we go. Interacting with his sisters again. First time in a little while. Oh, there's Leo. Tara's coming over as well. And there's the other sister. It's nice to see these guys be able to catch up after a little while. We might as well just get proceedings underway. Ah, did you see and kiss him on the cheek then? Wholesome. Let's just get everyone in here straight away. I know it's still early in the morning, and probably hasn't officially said Daniel should age up yet, but it is his birthday. So let's just have him blow out the candles right from the off. And yeah, he's going to become a young adult. My goodness. But yes, here we go. His aunt's in there, kind of cheering him on as well. We get to give him a new trait. It's fun. Let's randomise it. Okay, he's going to be active. Makes sense. That kind of runs in the family a bit. Aliens don't need sunglasses too. Kind of doing quite well, so that's good. But there we go. Daniel is a young adult. Obviously, the jump from teen to young adult, he doesn't look that different. So I feel like I can keep his clothes and stuff the same for now. But there we go. They grow up so fast. Looking forward to seeing what young adulthood brings for you, Daniel. If all my plans go right, very important things. Oh. Oh! I think that was her reaction to a public display of affection. Some Sims don't like that, because I think these two... Oh no! In the parents' bed, guys. Daniel's woohooing for the first time. Well, clearly they just couldn't wait for him to become a young adult, because my god, you did not waste any more time. Clearly your Uncle Leo and Aunt Charlotte have rubbed off on you. And now you're rubbing off on Bentley. So there you go. Those two have kind of snuck away. Oh, just kind of casually reading Rocco's mind there, being all alien-like. So yeah, I guess it really is serious for those two. That certainly did run in the family. I suppose it would have been pretty difficult in Daniel's bed, granted, but, you know, in the middle of your birthday party, I felt like it was probably a better time to sneak off and do that, you know? But, okay, you do you. I imagine that was Bentley's birthday present for you, so enjoy that. Seems to have enjoyed it, so, well, next stage in that relationship for sure, but maybe not just come out half naked to the rest of your family, you know? It's kind of obvious then, isn't it? Please tell me Bentley got changed again. And yeah, Bentley's just in his boxers weeding the garden, so there you go. Again, subtlety doesn't seem to be the strong suit in The Sims, but in a more wholesome note, Daniel's actually getting to know his aunties a bit and talking to them, having a chance to connect with them. That's quite nice. I'm enjoying that, because even after, you know, Rocco passes away and everything, he can still have Rocco's sisters to tell him all the stories about their dad and everything. I think that would be very, very wholesome. So there's still a bit of an extended family. There's still a lot of people who are going to know and love Rocco long after he's gone. But yeah, this guy has lived quite the life. He's talking to two of the people he's known the longest, really, out of everyone here. It all kind of started with those three a very long time ago. They're all elders now. But yeah, ever since then, this guy's been a very good husband, a very good father to our precious Sims, very good friend, a very good spellcaster, and I'm glad he's kind of had a very peaceful final few years, and he's gotten to reconnect with his sisters a bit as well. He's got to see his son grow up to be a young adult, and to see his son find someone as well in Bentley, who, thank goodness, has put his clothes back on. So there we go. Yeah, fairly successful birthday for Daniel, I would say there. And I'm glad he's feeling very playful. I bet you bloody are. Okay, everyone's kind of heading off home now, because they have been around for about, what, 4 or 5 hours at this point. So they had a party fairly early in the day. And now, oh, these three are all just like, well, that was a fun time, wasn't it? All just like chilling in Daniel's room, as they have done multiple times in the past. And yeah, Daniel's just thanking them both, I think, for a good party, and he's glad that he's been raised by such wonderful people, I suppose. It's been a long life for these two, but they've really gone the distance, and I'm very proud of them for doing so. I think they're just kind of saying, I can't believe how much Daniel's grown up so quickly, and we're looking forward to seeing what he may go on to do at some point. But, you know, recently when he's like got in with Bentley and everything, Daniel seems to really come out of his shell and really kind of express himself and become more confident in himself as well. So the fact that these two have kind of lived to see him get to that stage and get to be so comfortable with himself, I think they're really, really glad of that. And it all started with that. Look, their wedding day. That feels so long ago. It probably was like a good while ago in terms of when we actually filmed their wedding episode. I can barely remember it was so long ago. Why these guys are all chatting in the pouring rain in the garden, I don't know, when they literally have a whole ass house they could be in. But that's the Millards for you. And here is a little potion that is actually a new addition to Daniel's room. It was a gift that Rocco gave him for his birthday, and it's the Potion of Magical Aura. And Rocco kind of mixed this up when he was first starting out as a spellcaster. He's kept it all this time, and he thought it felt the right time to give it to his son. And it was just kind of a thing saying, you know, just keep that with you in whatever you do next. You don't even have to drink it. Maybe give it to someone that you want to later on down the line. Just do whatever you want with it. But, you know, every time you look at it, and if you ever use it, you know, just think of your old man. Well, we know Bentley's very bloody keen. That's for sure. Already he's asking Daniel on another date. They literally went on a date yesterday. So there you go. That's a very good sign. But I think we kind of need to spend a bit more time with our family since it is Daniel's birthday. He can't really be going on dates. We literally saw him at the party earlier. But sweet sentiment. We will, you know, rain check, but we'll pay him back in kind and probably something else as well. No, seeing these two just play chess together. I feel like these two is just one of those couples that can like never get bored of each other. I really like that idea. Like how many games of chess they probably played with each other over the years. They still just love being by each other's side. Oh my god. Now Bentley wants to come over and hang out. That's better, that's fine. I mean, he's probably like, okay, I suppose it's fair that you can't go out on your birthday. So let me come over and hang out with you again. So here he is. Oh, sentiment gained. You're so fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with you, and I hope you feel that way about me too. Wholesome content. I get the sense that Bentley would really get on well with Rocco. I feel like those two would be really good friends, but the tragedy of it is, you know, Rocco just doesn't have much time left to really get to know, but it's kind of a shame. But I do love the Millards. I have quite the soft spot for these guys. Not sure I ever would have predicted how it all played out with them, really, considering Rocco and Leo were kind of school friends first, and I never predicted Jay would get impregnated with alien twins, you know, and that kind of got us Willow. And for those two to then have Daniel, who then kind of is going down more of like a supernatural path, potentially, if he finds Kai, and is now with Bentley. We have Clooney along, the whole spellcasting thing. They've constantly changed what I've needed to do story-wise. The Millards, more so probably than the other household, have really kept me on my toes and done unexpected things, and I kind of love them for that. So very thankful for them, and very thankful for this guy. Rocco's not feeling quite so sad anymore, which is nice. He's feeling very confident, in fact, from having Clooney around, high needs, deep connections with people. I think he's just very confident that his family are going to have a very happy future, even, you know, after he's gone. And I imagine he finds a lot of peace in that, hopefully. And there he is, just walking in, taking another glance at the potion that he gave to his son. Lasting impact that he'll always have. Little influence just leaving him behind. He probably found out, I think Leo probably told him and Willow about Jay's chair outside that house, and how it's nice that they kind of have something of Jay's really there to like really resemble like the person he was in his spirit. I imagine that was kind of what really inspired Rocco to give the potion to Daniel. And I've just seen Rocco's actually completed part of this overall satisfaction like life goal that he had. His was actually to become a master vampire, which I was never going to do, let's be honest, so sorry about that, Rocco. But it's funny, like, just as he's coming towards the end of his life, he's actually completed one of the things for it now, just of his own free will. I didn't even tell him to do that, but he read the Vampirica Volume 1, which is the book that Daniel bought a couple of episodes back to start like investigating vampires and learn about Kai and stuff. That's kind of funny that him buying that has then led his dad to start kind of achieving some of his like overall goals. So in a way, Daniel's helped Rocco do a part of what he wanted to do with his life. So that's kind of nice. Right, it's getting a bit late now, and Bentley's gone home. So let's get everyone to bed. Oh, guys, it just happened. Oh, he's lived a long life, but his time has finally come. He's dying of old age. Oh, Rocco, buddy. Oh, Willow's still right asleep. I think he. Oh, there we go. He's just woken up. I think he waited for them to be asleep. Oh, buddy. No. And little Clooney's still there as well. Clooney's with him. So he wasn't actually alone, really, when it happened, because Clooney was watching over him, being like, it's okay. We've had a good time together. You can rest now. And oh, Willow, I'm sorry. And Daniel's here as well. Oh, this is really sad. Hell of a life, though, buddy. You did some really good stuff. You looked after our Sims. And we're very, very grateful that you kind of made friends with Leah at school a very long time ago. And look at what kind of came from that. Quite a wonderful little family. And there he goes. And obviously, because he was a spellcaster, he gets kind of a special little urn and special gravestone and everything. Oh, that's so sad to just see there's two people here. Oh, and this one, she's a widow from losing a true love. You certainly did, but Morn Rocco, you had an amazing marriage, you two, and you had a very amazing dad. But that's it, I'm afraid, for Mr. Rocco Millard. But we loved having him along for the ride. Okay, we're gonna move his urn outside. So that becomes like a proper gravestone. Yeah, spellcasters get a very cool little grave. Look at that. We need to engrave it actually, don't we? Can't we just see? That's morbid. But I've been thinking about, like, I think ultimately I want all the graves to be at the Jalfonso house in the garden there, so like everyone is all together. So I think, especially like when like Willow and Leo go, I'll probably move their graves to that plot. But for now, we'll keep Rocco here because this is where he spent, you know, a lot of his final years. But yeah, I need to engrave the epitaph. I don't quite know what to say. How do you summarise Rocco? Okay, so I've put, we love you beyond the moon and past the stars. Good night, love. I feel like that's kind of poetic coming from Willow being a writer and everything. But yeah, Rocco's gone. She's coming out to mourn him properly again. There we go. And Grim Reaper's off. Bye. Thanks for making our lives miserable. Well, this is an awful image to see, quite frankly. But yeah, again, it's another Sim who had a very, very good life. And nothing lasts forever, sadly. But we have some wonderful memories to continue on. He just got to see his son become a young adult as well. I actually think it was the early hours of the next morning when it happened, so he didn't actually die on Daniel's birthday, so that's nice in a way. I know it's not nice that he's gone, but that's sweet. And yeah, he waited for them both to be asleep, and he gave like a parting gift to his son with the potion. He got to see his sisters again one last time. He hadn't really contacted them in a little while. He actually stumbled across that in his pockets, which I didn't even plan. I just happened to find them in there. I didn't even know that he had that. But yeah, obviously things are very sad right now. But I think in time, Willow and Daniel can kind of look on that picture and just remember their husband and their dad very, very fondly, because he was a very, very good man. This is the interesting thing. Like, Rocco's initial trait was that he hates children. And then he became family oriented. I kind of added that when he fell in love with Willow when they had a kid. I was like, there's no way he's going to hate his kid now, especially when he's learned to love Willow and Willow wanted kids and everything. So I actually did remove that. That is officially kind of gone from him. That was kind of a bit of character development there. So the fact that he kind of went from that to having a family that he really loved and loved him in return. The fact that he's a loner and he ended up having this huge family of people around him and he was really happy about that. Just shows how far he kind of came from that little boy we met who invited Leo over after school for a play date. But yeah, sad to see a little ghost there. I'm sure, you know, Willow's going to try and compose herself, then she'll phone Leo and Charlotte, tell them the news. She'll phone Rocco's sisters. But for now, I think these two are just going to be here and try and support each other. She's coming over to talk to him now. So they're just like, oh, they're comforting each other. He's just saying, you know, your dad loved you so much. He was so proud of you. And we know that you're going to continue to make him proud. Even when I'm kind of with him again, I know you're going to find your right path, and we trust your instincts. And yeah, I think Willow's really glad that Rocco's final full day was his son's birthday, so it was just a day full of love and celebration and family. And I think that gives them some comfort and does mean a lot to them, that Rocco's last day could be such a special event like that. And there, Daniel's just staring into his room, look at the little potion that Rocco gave him, wondering, you know, what his dad's up to now. He's probably having a good old laugh with Jay and Alfonso, with his own parents who passed away a very long time ago. But yeah, our little spellcaster's gone, and obviously with him, when he went, as you can see, there's no Clooney. I don't quite know what happens with familiars. I don't know, like, when they're bound to a spellcaster, do they, like, die with them? I feel like that's kind of morbid. So I like to think that Clooney's kind of gone off somewhere else. He's back in the magical realm now. Maybe he'll be waiting to be assigned to someone else. Maybe he just retires now. Maybe you only get assigned to one spellcaster and that's it. I'm not sure. But he also had a very special presence in our lives. So shout out to Clooney for being a wonderful, adorable little companion. Who I'm sure, even if he does kind of join other spellcasters, will never forget his time with Rocco. But yeah, big thanks to Rocco. Big thanks to Clooney. And I don't know why they're quite doing some alien mind reading stuff right now, but obviously they're both kind of devastated. So let's have you call Bentley, kind of just chat with him, tell him what's happened. Willow, call Leo and tell him. I think it's awful because we've only just lost Jay. That was so soon after losing Jay. She's now lost like the love of her life as well. So this is like a real double whammy because, we lost Alfonso, but then it was quite a while before Jay passed away as well. But she's just getting more and more people looking down at her who love her. So, but for now, I think they're just gonna waller about the house and they're just gonna miss Rocco, as we all will. Very important part of the series ultimately. Oh look, they're both crying in bed. Oh, it's so sad. Very kind of sad note to end the episode on. But Rocco's no longer with us, guys. That random little boy NPC who just so happened to invite Leo to a play date once, and he ended up being a spellcaster with a wife and a son, and a very big crazy family, mainly consisting of aliens, which he probably wasn't expecting when he was growing up that would be where he ended up, but he took it in his stride. That's certainly something that can be said for him. So yeah, that's it for Rocco. But I don't think it's going to be too long of a wait until he gets to see everyone again, and he's probably partying up somewhere with other spellcasters, friends and family he's already lost along the way, and he can continue watching what Willow does with the rest of her life, what his son does with his as well. So yeah, it's a very sad occasion, as it always is, to lose someone. But as is always the case when you lose someone, there's always going to be traces and memories of them. And I'm glad that one of the last things Rocco did was make sure that was going to be the case. So there's always going to be a little bit of magic around that Rocco kind of brought into the world. So as long as this is around, Rocco's kind of always going to be there as well. And with that, we're going to end the episode there. But rest in peace, Rocco. What a wonderful sim to play as. Even if we didn't actually make him, he still brought so much to the series, just like Jay did. Very glad for his inclusion. And yeah, hopefully we won't be losing anyone else for a few more episodes. Granted, there aren't that many episodes of the series left, but yeah, sad occasion. But we also had Daniel age up into a young adult. Him and Bentley are definitely very serious, so that's good. Didn't have much progress on where they were writing bestsellers, unfortunately, but maybe she can channel her grief over losing her husband into something really special that could help other people, maybe like a self-help kind of thing. We'll see. But for now, that is the story of Rocco Millard, and I will see you guys next time.